Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going over General Grievous. We're going over his star cards, abilities, and just a few general tips for when you're in combat. That'll just give you that edge on players. That sounds crazy. First, let's break down his abilities. So you have the Thrust Surge, which basically pulls out all 4 lightsabers and lunges at whoever you're looking at or locked onto. It's really good for closing the distance if someone keeps backtracking. Obviously, you can use this to get closer to them, and obviously if you connect with it, it's just the icing on the cake. It's amazing. Then you've got the Claw Rush. Grievous drops to all 4s and crawls as fast as he can, basically. This is really good for closing the distance also, but again, if you run past someone and you clip them, you'll flip them over. This is really good as well for quick attacks. Hit that, stand straight up, get another one in. Or you can use it to escape. As I say, it's faster than running normally. Then you have Unrelenting Advance. This isn't my favourite move, but if you get it off on the right sort of player, or someone who doesn't know how to counter it, then you can deal a lot of damage with it. Gets 2 lightsabers out, spins them like this while keeping the other 2 out. And you can move forward and it blocks everything in front of you. If a good player knows what they're doing, they'll go behind you, start attacking you. So you want to cancel that as fast as possible if they do that. Alright, thank you. Cheers. Bye. Okay, bitch. Now, after you've mastered those moves, you should be a very good player with Grievous. But here's a few extra tips and tricks just to make you that little bit better. You want to pick your battles because Grievous doesn't have a lot of stamina. So if you've got 2 players just swinging at you, you are going to lose. So you want to time your shots, pick your battles carefully so you don't get caught off guard with no stamina. Another good thing to do, this is kind of the same with any hero really. So you want to combine the abilities together. So say you hit a Thrust Surge and he's on the floor. Follow up with a strike. If it starts getting a bit heated, you can hit your Claw Rush and escape, or like I say, come back round and flip him over on his back and get a few more hits in just to finish him off. Now, a couple more advanced tips. You want to flank when using Claw Rush really. So try and get around all the enemies, sneak up behind them, like I say, flip them over from behind, or even just being behind them can be bad enough because lightsaber swings do more damage when they're hitting the back. So like I mentioned before about chaining stuff together, when you're hitting a Thrust Surge and they are down, you want to keep on them, keep the pressure on, because they are gonna panic. And then like I say, if they do start running, you've got your Claw Rush to advance on them again. This is where Grievous can be really good if you know what you're doing. If you're playing really well, it's perfect. Also, always be aware of your surroundings. If you need to take cover and you've got nowhere to go, then let's be honest, you're fucked. So you want to stay near stuff. Obviously you want to see if you can flank around behind stuff with Claw Rush, because you'll be smaller, they won't be able to see you. But yeah, always take in where he's standing. Now to the bit you're all here for, the star cards. To maximize his potential, you want to use these star cards. So the first one is Sith Trained. Now this increases Grievous's damage with his lightsabers, which just speaks for itself really. You want to get them hits off, and when you do, they'll deal more damage. Now the next one is Flesh is Weak. Now remember how I said earlier I didn't like Unrelenting Advance because if a good player knows what they're doing, they go behind and get you. Well, this reduces the amount of damage you take while Unrelenting Advance is active, which can save you in many situations. Like I say, if you're against a good player. The last one is Beating Heart. This increases Grievous' health regeneration, which speaks for itself because it means you can take more damage before having to back away and regen health. It means you can get more hits in on the enemy. And then using all 3 of these together is just amazing on Grievous. Shouldn't lose too often unless they're a really good player. So that concludes everything. If you implement everything here, you'll be one of the best Grievouses on the battlefield. And I guess that means I'll see you on the next one!
Little man Anakin, gonna start panicking when I flip man like Dooku. Get hit with a stick, if I empty the clip then I leave a man shot like Windu. If the force of this slack make a man step back, man, you don't wanna see this voodoo. I slide through with a gang, that's Obi, that's Qui, that's Luke, that's R2-D2. Do or do not, there is no try. Never seen an old boy look so fly. Galley too hot and size matters not. Says he's never been with a Jedi.